Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless.
Good afternoon, this is the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Here are the top stories. Presidential Election Tribunal to hear Atiku's petition Tuesday adjourns Peter Obi's case to Wednesday. APC nominates Akpabio Tajuddin for Senate President and Speaker. In business, Nigeria's borrowing from World Bank aid $14.34 billion in first quarter. On the foreign scene, Canada expels Chinese diplomat over intimidation plot. In sports, Messi reportedly accepts huge deal to join Saudi club. Details of this and more coming up shortly. Welcome back. Now the news in detail. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal has adjourned for further pre-hearing the case filed by the Labour Party and its candidate Peter Obi against the victory of President-elect Bola Tinubu. The five-member panel led by Justice Haruna Samani adjourned till Wednesday for further pre-hearing. The court directed parties in the petition to identify all the witness statements and documents they would rely on or object to during the hearing of the petitions. The tribunal also adjourned the petition of the Action People's Party, APP, to Wednesday for further pre-hearing. However, the pre-hearing session for Atiku Abubakar's petition and Allied People's Movement, APM, is expected to hold on Tuesday. The Action Alliance has withdrawn its petition against the presidential-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The party announced the withdrawal at the commencement of the pre-hearing of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on Monday in Abuja. The head of Action Alliance legal team, Oba Maduabuchi San, a senior advocate of Nigeria, gave reason for the withdrawal. Justice Haruna Samani subsequently struck out the petition after the respondent of the All Progressives Congress APC, the President-elect and Independent National Electoral Commission said they had no objection. The All Progressives Congress APC has nominated former Governor of Akwa Ibom and former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs Godswill Akpabio as President of the Senate. The ruling party also chose Abbas Tajuddin, a ranking member of the House of Representatives, as Speaker. In a statement on Monday, APC spokesperson Felix Moka said the party also nominated Barau Jibrin, senator representing Kano North, as Deputy Senate President and Benjamin Kalu, current House spokesperson, as Deputy Speaker. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission says the 8th batch of Nigerians evacuated from Sudan has arrived in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja. NICON made the announcement in a statement on Monday. NICON said the 8th batch included 129 nationals that departed Port Sudan International Airport and landed at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. So far, a total of 1,600 evacuees have returned home. The All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party in Osun State have expressed hope for victory as the Supreme Court today determines the authentic winner of the July 16, 2022 governorship election in the state. A 5-member panel of justices led by Justice John Okoro fixed the date on Monday after all the parties involved adopted their written briefs in the matter. Speaking with newsmen on the expectations of the party, Oshiwe APC spokesperson Kola Olabisi said his party was expecting victory, having done well in presenting its case before the panel. The Osun PDP Director of Media, Oladele Olabamiji, while speaking on the expectations ahead of a judgment, said the party was expecting the Apex Court to uphold the verdict of the Court of Appeal that validated Ademola Adeleke's victory in the governorship poll. The Nigeria Labour Congress in Abia State has concluded plans to commence an indefinite strike today over several months and years of pensions owed its members by the outgoing state government led by Okeze Ikpeazu. The state chairman of the NLC, Pascal Nweke, disclosed this to newsmen on Monday. Nweke explained that Abia NLC had met with the state government and an agreement was reached and signed by both parties, but after that, nothing was done. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, have agreed to suspend their ongoing strike in Imo State. Last Wednesday, Organized Labour declared an indefinite strike in the state over the disruption of the Workers' Day celebration by thugs alleged to be working for the government. In the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the state government and the workers' unions on Monday, the two parties condemned the circumstances that led to the alleged disruption of the NLC Delegates Conference and the disruption of the May Day celebration in Imo. The parties agreed to look into the areas of disagreement between the government and the labor and resolve the issues. You're listening to the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, business, foreign and sport news. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the rest of the news. Nigeria's borrowing from the World Bank has reached $14.034 billion as of March 31, 2023. And this was an increase from the $13.93 billion debt recorded by the Debt Management Office as of December 31, 2022. And this means that fresh disbursement and approved loans added $410 million to Nigeria's debt from the World Bank the first quarter of 2023. The data obtained from the Washington-based bank show that Nigeria had a debt of $488.66 million from IBRD and $13.85 billion from IDA as of March 31, 2023. First World Bank loan was acquired in the fiscal year of 1947, according to data from the World Bank. Since that period, Nigeria has acquired a total of $7.49 billion from IBRD and $26.17 billion from IDA. And this means that a total of $33.66 billion has been borrowed from the World Bank since 1947. It was observed that about $7.29 billion had been repaid on the loans, with $7.86 billion yet to be disbursed by the bank. The data also showed that about $3.28 billion approved loans were further cancelled. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says only private sector investors can ensure steady power supply in the country and meet the energy needs of Nigerians. Osinbajo spoke on Monday in Abuja during the presentation of the discharge certificate of Ughelli Power Plant to Chairman of Transcorp Power PLC, Tony Elumelu. Speaking at the ceremony before the commencement of the National Council on Privatization meeting, Osinbajo encouraged other players in the industry to toe the line of Transcorp Power PLC. On the spot, Director General of Bureau of Public Enterprise, Alex Oko, said the discharge certificate became necessary after an evaluation showed that Ughelli Power Plant generation capacity under Transcorp Power grew by 227% in a decade. On the foreign scene, Canada announced Monday the expulsion of a Chinese diplomat accused of having sought to intimidate a Canadian lawmaker and his family over the Member of Parliament's criticism of Beijing. Foreign Minister Melanie Joly said in a statement that Canada has declared Mr. Zhao Wei persona non grata. The expulsion followed an outcry led by parliamentarian Michael Chung over a damning report by the Globe and Mail last week claiming Ottawa had turned a blind eye to Beijing's interference in Canadian affairs. In the world of sport, Argentine superstar Lionel Messi will play in Saudi Arabia next season under a huge deal, a source with knowledge of the negotiations has revealed. The source, speaking on condition of anonymity and without naming the club, said Messi is a done deal that he will play in Saudi Arabia next season. The 35-year-old World Cup winner was suspended by Qatari-owned PSG last week for an unauthorized trip to Saudi, where he is a tourism ambassador. Messi's expected arrival in the oil-rich kingdom follows in the footsteps of his arch-rival Cristiano Ronaldo, who joined Saudi Pro League club Al-Nassr in a massive deal in January. Ronaldo's agreement to June 2025 is set to total more than 400 million euros, that's $439 million, making him the world's highest paid athlete according to Forbes. Europe chasing Brighton were torn apart by an Everton side that had not won away since October on Monday. Everton moved out of the Premier League relegation zone with a stunning 5-1 win at Brighton. A first win in 8 games left Sean Dyche's men 2 points clear of the drop zone. Elsewhere, Leicester City's chances of Premier League survival suffered a blow as they collapsed to a 5-3 defeat at Fulham. Leicester, who won the league in stunning fashion in 2016 and outside the relegation zone, only on goal difference. To end the world news, a quick recap of the major stories. Presidential Election Tribunal to hear Atiku's petition on Tuesday adjourned Peter Obi's case to Wednesday. We reported that APC nominated Akpabio Tajudeen for Senate President and Speaker. In business, Nigeria's borrowing from World Bank hit $14.34 billion in first quarter. On the foreign scene, we reported that Canada expelled Chinese diplomat over intimidation plot. And in sports, Messi reportedly accepted Hugh to join Saudi club. The World News was edited and produced by Abidat Tawheed. For more news and updates, you can follow us on social media. On Facebook, www.facebook.com/Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. On Twitter at Al-Iyamoye and on Instagram at Al-Iyamoye. You can also stream live by logging on to our website www.Al-IyamoyeTV and radio.com. Thank you for listening. I am MODUPE AKINYOSOYE. Good afternoon.